Hello Airsoft friends, and welcome to another video where today I'm going to be talking about something which everybody should already have, and if you don't, then you need to get one, okay? Because it's important. And of course that is an Airsoft toolkit. Here's my one. I've finished updating it and making it today, and yeah, I figured I would go through what I've got in here, why I've got it in here, and what I've done to make it amazing. Now, this didn't actually start off looking like this. It was much more boring, bigger, bulky, and annoying. This is how it started its life. As you can see, it is quite large, and if we open it up, there are spaces for things everywhere, because half of the stuff in here I don't even use, or didn't even use. I was just carrying it around because it was part of the kit, and I didn't really want to separate the kit because it's supposed to be all together. But now I have. Hooray! So what is an Airsoft toolkit? Well, essentially an Airsoft toolkit just is a kit that contains all the tools that you'll need when you're airsofting. Because if you run into issues or something breaks or something kind of comes loose, you're going to need to tighten it up or you're going to need to reattach it. And to do that, you're going to need some tools. So these are the tools I have, and this is what we're gonna go through now with you. So I essentially took a regular admin pouch with Molly all over it, but I'm not actually going to be attaching it to me. I'm just going to be putting it into my kit bag and then taking that to Airsoft. So then this can just sit in the safe zone because I don't need to do any like work to my gun in the field with this kind of stuff, because that would just be silly and dangerous. And quite handily, when I started doing this, I realized that the Molly on the front I can actually use to attach things. So I've got a pair of like snippy pliers, I've got a pair of like holdy pliers with cutty bits on it, I've got little screwdriver parts, and I've also got this kind of like adjustable screwdrivery bit on the front too, which I can just pull out like this. And if I wanted to put parts on that, all I need to do is, you know, grab the part out, put it on, and then I'm ready to, you know, screw things, which is always nice to do. Now these bits do also come out too if I slide that upwards there, and then I've got access to all of the ones in this here. Like there's flatheads, there's Phillips, and there's also some kind of like Allen-y, hexy toppy bits too. And if the bits I need aren't on that one, then I can just slide this one out, or maybe this one. Although this is for bigger screwdriver pieces, because I have a bigger screwdriver inside the thing as well. So let's put this back in for now. As you can see, it just slides in like so, and now it's not going anywhere. Like all of this stuff isn't falling out or going anywhere, which is absolutely fantastic. But what's inside, you may be asking? Well, let's have a closer look. If I undo the zips either side, we have a little sneaky peek in, and we can see we have got a selection of Allen keys. Now, these are a bit overkill, and there's a lot of Allen keys on here that I don't use, like the big ones. However, I like to use the big ones as hammers if I need to hit anything out of place, because they're quite weighty and large. So, we've got a ton of Allen keys. Also, those are all metric only, so they work for like EU and UK guns. If you have like a Tipman or a HPA or something which is like US styley, they're going to be Imperial. So, if you've got both types of guns from across the pond and this side of the pond, then you'll probably want to get an Imperial and a metric set of these. But if you're just like English or EU chap or chapette, then metric is just fine. What else have we got in here? In the middle bit, we've got Gorilla Glue, so if we need to glue anything we can, and that's also the brush and the nozzle variant. We have got some electrical tape, so if we need to tape anything on, either attach something to our barrel or tape some like electric wires or something, that has us covered in both ways. And what else have we got in the bottom? We got Peach FE tape, fantastic for air seals. If you find that your gun is like not air sealing that great around the hot rubber, wrap this around it a few times and then you're going to be golden. And also in the bottom of the middle, we have another set of screwdriver pieces. We got flatheads and we got Phillips pieces here, and they're in addition to the ones that we have on the front. So I don't really need these, but I figured I might as well just keep them all together and throw them in the bottom. In this side, we have actually got a Phillips screwdriver. So this is just a standard Phillips on its own, just in case I want to use that instead of putting the bits on the end of that screwdriver there. I've also got a flathead screwdriver for the exact same reason, and a bendy extender, so if there's any screws I need to get to in hard to reach areas, then that's going to come in handy. My big old fat screwdriver, which is also ratchety, so it's a bit easier to you know, screw things in and out with that one if I need to. And another flathead screwdriver, although this is like a proper electrician's one, and there's like a fuse in the handle, so if I was to like touch something that would shock me, then it will, you know, stop me from dying. Kind of overkill for Airsoft because you're not going to die anyway from like an 11-volt battery, but I guess it's a nice to have. And then finally, we have got a little prying tool here, as you can see. So if I need to cut something or bend something apart, that's there. I do have a craft knife in here too, so I can just slide that up and then I can cut things as I need, although that blade is pretty much running out now, so I need to get a new one on there. Wire strippers, just because sometimes you need to strip wires. I'll be honest with you, this is more of like, I didn't really know where to put this from the old kit, and I've never really needed to use it for airsoft. But it's also good at if you've got twigs that you need to cutting them. You can get tons of force on them, so it's good for that, for all of those hundreds of twigs we need to cut. And that's it. Now, I have tried to keep my little toolkit as condensed as possible. I don't want to take out hundreds of tools, especially taking out hundreds of tools that I don't actually need. And that's the reason why I condensed it down into this little pack bag anyway. That, you know, previous thing, having all of these tools in here, there was so much that I didn't need, and this took up so much space. It was just a faff. Also, trying to like unzip this and zip this up was just a pain in the butt. Like, you had to kind of like open it up to grab the zip, shut it, pull it up, pinch it, and then you could then put it down there. Like, there wasn't just like a smooth action to do, and I find that really frustrating. I often find that I take this out of my bag and use it like at home too when I'm doing some teching, so constantly having that same issue, it's just pissed me off, and I had to get rid of it. So this is why I did this too. Sadly, online there isn't really any toolkits specifically dedicated towards airsoft, so whenever you are buying a toolkit, you're probably going to get lots of stuff that you don't need, or depending on the type, you're probably going to have stuff that you're probably not going to have stuff that you do need, if that makes sense. So you're going to have to buy a couple of kits until you actually get what you want. You know, it would be cool if there was a toolkit which was specifically for airsoft, which had like, you know, the right Allen key sizes, the right, you know, amount of screwdriver bits to have, a little hammery bit and stuff like that. So that would be really sick. But for now, we've just got to live with, you know, making our own things and making it work for us. And that kind of personalization I find to be pretty darn cool anyway. And yeah, so I've got my own little toolkit now. And if I must say, I think it looks pretty snazzy. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here with me today. If you have a toolkit that you take to airsoft with you, then let me know what it is in the comments below. I'd love to see it. If you've got links to it, then link to it too, because it would be, you know, it would be really good to see what you're using. And it may even give me ideas as well. As always, this video was sponsored by Project Airsoft, so go check them out, projectairsoft.co.uk. Lots of cool accessories and upgrade bits for airsoft, making your life easier at the field. Also, check out the description below, because there's a ton of Amazon links in there as well, including cameras that I use when I make my gameplay videos, computer stuff, and also some airsoft essentials that I wouldn't, you know, live without. Everything that you do pick up from Project Airsoft and buy from Amazon using those links helps support the channel, so if you do that, I'll love you forever. Thank you very much. As for me, that is the end of this video, so thank you for watching. Remember to call your hits, and I'll see you in the next one.